Hey, what's up y'all? I'm Riquel and I'm back with another video. This is the Gaines Family Baby Journey series. BJ is not with me this time. I'm here holding it down, and I wanted to share some of the things that I have gone through during my first trimester, especially for some of my, lady subscribers or lady viewers who have not been pregnant yet and just are curious as to what pregnancy can be like. Everybody's body is different, and everybody may be experiencing the same things, but just maybe experiencing it in different ways. So I wanted to, share how I experienced my first trimester. I did take notes, so you may find me looking down a few times, but before I even get into this video, I do want to make an announcement. I'm not going to share it right now. I'm going to save it for the end of this video. So hang out with me and, vibe with me while I'm sharing some of these things with you of what I dealt with during my first trimester. So let's get right into this video. I was actually supposed to film this video segment a couple weeks ago, but I wanted to make sure that I was able to get through my first trimester all the way and just kind of see how I was feeling. I did take notes during my first trimester. I basically just jotted down certain things that I was dealing with during these first 13 weeks of my pregnancy. And you're gonna see me look down because, like I said, I took my notes. But one of the things, the obvious factor how I found out that I was pregnant is I missed my period by 5 days. Now, I've missed my period before by 5 to maybe even 7 days before, and taking a test and it came back negative. So I'm thinking it was the same rodeo this go around, and to our surprise, it was not. It was positive. We found out on our anniversary, like I mentioned in my last video, that we were pregnant. So we were both shocked and excited and just like in disbelief at the moment. So that's how I found out. And then honestly, after like a week after finding out that we were pregnant, a week later, I kid you not, like a week later, I already started feeling kind of funny. Now, once I saw the positive pregnancy test, I did schedule a doctor's appointment to confirm my pregnancy. So I wasn't even at the doctor's office yet when I started feeling a little funny. And what I mean by feeling funny, I felt like I needed to hurry up and eat something. I'm one of those that don't really eat breakfast in the morning. I eat it later on, early afternoon. Or that's usually the first thing that I eat. I was still going to the gym at the time, and I just felt like that sudden rush, like I need to eat something or I just don't feel good. And then that's when it hit me, oh my gosh, I think this is morning sickness, because after like a few days of feeling that way, I started gagging every time I needed something to eat. It was the craziest thing. And I honestly found myself eating something every hour almost. If my stomach was getting empty, I was starting to gag. My mouth would get super watery and I'm just like, ugh. It was just weird. I didn't really throw up, but I just felt sick. And so I knew that was me just getting hungry. When I did go to the doctor and I mentioned about morning sickness and all of that, because I did have another appointment following my confirmation appointment like a week and a half later, and that's when I really got a chance to with my first ultrasound. They thought I was about 8 weeks at the time. I was 7, so it pushed me back a little bit. But from then she was like, if that's what helps you combat your morning sickness, then eat. Because I was eating applesauce and I was eating crackers and sipping on ginger ale, and that was not helping. Applesauce did not help. Eating crackers was not appetizing, and it did not help me. Like, I felt comfortable eating fuller foods or foods that make me feel fuller. That's what made me combat my morning sickness. The craziest thing. And then because I was sipping ginger ale so much, I hated ginger ale. I haven't really had ginger ale in about a month and a half. I stopped sipping on ginger ale about 9 or 10 weeks maybe, and I was just like, I'm over it. I can't sip another can or I don't want no more ginger ale. Sprite was my thing for a minute. But so that's how I was managed to, control it. I did throw up a few times. I especially threw up the morning of my birthday. Great. And I also remember waking up the middle of the night at like 4 o'clock in the morning, feeling like I was like on a boat. I just felt like when I was sleeping, I was like, oh my gosh, I don't feel good. I felt like I was gonna throw up. and I ran to the bathroom, gagged, and nothing came up, thank God. So I ran to the kitchen and grabbed me some strawberries, snacked on a few strawberries, and went back to sleep and woke up the next day. So I was really making sure that I was eating as much as I could, and it was just a thought of, I don't want to eat too much, but this is what's making me feel better. So I just kind of did what made me feel good. I didn't try to like overindulge in stuff, but I was snacking or eating something almost every hour or every 2 hours. That's how bad I was feeling. So anyway, so your doctor's gonna tell you to take prenatal pills. Now, I was taking prenatal pills at the time up until about my 10th week, or no, it was my 11th week checkup. I went when I was 11 weeks. And just prior to that appointment, I realized that I was getting like these random bumps. Some would be on my leg or on my arms randomly, and they were just about this big, and they were itchy, and they would some of them be next to each other, and if they were itchy and I rubbed on them, it would just be like this big swollen, I don't know, it was weird. But my body was having an allergic reaction to the prenatal pills that I was taking. I don't have the bottle. I'll probably, if I find a picture, I'll post it for you guys. I'm not saying that you should stray away from them, but I was starting to have an allergic reaction to the pills because that was the only thing I could think of that at that moment that happened that would change in my diet. Before, I was taking a women's multivitamin, and that didn't bother me. But when I started taking those prenatal pills, I eventually started noticing these bumps randomly. It wouldn't happen every day. It would happen maybe every other week. It was just weird, and that's the only thing I could think of. So the doctor just told me to remove those pills out of my diet. I can continue taking my multivitamin and add on an extra pill of folic acid. So I have extra folic acid that I do take with my multivitamin because I'm afraid to take other prenatal pills and they might have something extra in it. As long as I'm getting a really good dose of folic acid, I'm good. Also, you're gonna feel tired throughout the day. I feel like that's a symptom that every woman in early pregnancy may get. I don't know, but I did. I knew I was so tired when I was trying to film a Motivational Monday video. Well, I filmed the video. I was trying to edit it. And I remember waking up at 9 o'clock in the morning to start editing the video. And then I remember falling asleep around 10 or 11 o'clock in the morning. Like an hour later, I fell asleep. Took like a 2-hour nap. Woke up about 1 o'clock. Then started editing the video again. I think I took another nap. Let's just say that video came out late because I was that tired. I'm like, oh my gosh, like I got a good amount of sleep and I'm trying to do this video. I was so sad that I was like, this isn't like me. I normally am very productive and I can get things done. Taking naps, I don't do that. Now I like taking naps, but I don't really do it often. So definitely take advantage. If you have the time to take a nap during your first trimester, take advantage of taking a nap because you will be glad that you did. So I've definitely taken a lot of naps and I don't regret it anymore. But those naps were the best naps. I also felt super tired after I ate food. It could be a little bowl of cereal and I'm like, I could go for a nap. Where's my blanket and my pillow? That was literally me. And I got the best sleep right here on this couch. Oh, yes, I did. So I did sleep a lot. One annoying thing that I had to deal with since I found out that I was pregnant is dry skin. And I mean, this is the driest skin I've ever had in my life. And I'm trying not to freak out about it. I don't know if I've been told that like when you're pregnant, your hormones are all over the place. And so your body may react to certain things differently than it did before. Or if you had semi-dry skin in life, you know, and then when you're pregnant, it could exaggerate it. So I think I may have signs of eczema. Most of my dry skin is on my back and on my neck and around my chest, upper stomach area. And it's the most annoying thing. It doesn't itch, it's just super dry. And I've been trying, I'm a shea butter, cocoa butter type of girl. So I've been trying to use that, and then trying to use moisturizing lotions like CeraVe. I had to change my body wash 2 or 3 times. Now I'm on Dove's unscented sensitive skin body wash. My skin's been getting a little bit better. Appearance wise, it doesn't look the greatest to me. BJ's been a supporter. He's like, it's okay. He lotions my back every day. I thank him for that. But my skin has been so dry, and I've been drinking as much water as I can. Speaking of water, since I've been pregnant, I cannot just drink regular room temperature water like I used to, like out of the water bottles, or just drink cold water. My water has to be ice cold. Like, I cannot drink water without ice in it. It's so weird. I really like cold things. If it's like a popsicle or a frozen drink, I don't know, but I love cold, ice cold water. That's my thing. Ooh, sore boobs. I don't know if every pregnant woman experienced this, but I experienced it. My boobs are so sore, like just a slight touch or a bump, oh, it hurt. And I mean, all your boobs just gonna hurt a little bit. Or at least that's what I dealt with. Very sore boobs, and they're growing, and to the point where I knew something was. I should have known, because I remember my sports bras, like my boobs were kind of like poking out of my sports bras at the top and a little bit on the side, and I was just like, something's not right, because when I lost weight, my boobs went down. And so now that I'm pregnant, I am gaining weight. And then also my boobs are starting to fill up with, I guess, milk and stuff, getting ready for, you know, that time. So sore boobs is just something that I had to deal with. It wasn't too bad, but it was just literally like, ow, type of moment. If it was like a bump, you know, whatever. Cravings. I have, my first trimester, I craved Capri Suns a lot, especially the strawberry kiwi flavor, and I would freeze those too. Ooh, so good. And then I also craved pizza. I was normally like a Papa John's pizza girl, but it was something about the Pizza Hut crust. So I was literally having pizza almost every week, if not every Friday. It was like twice a week, and I finally slowed down. I had to talk myself out of eating pizza, because I'm like, that's just bread and cheese. Slow down, Riquel. So pizza was my thing. And acne was something that I dealt with a lot, mostly when it was the time of the month. But I'm thinking, since I'm pregnant, you know, my skin may get a little bit better, and in some cases it may or it may not. In my case, I feel like it's gotten a little bit worse than what I normally would experience. And I got a pimple on my forehead. I had a few on my cheeks, but they kind of went down a little bit. But I've been dealing with acne a lot. It doesn't make me feel as bad as my back. I guess the dry skin on my back has really made me really self-conscious and just not feel good. But I'm dealing with it. It's getting a little bit better. It's been like this for about 2 months, so it's a little annoying to see my skin react the way that it has. And then your first doctor's appointment. You're going to experience your first doctor's appointment and ultrasound during your first trimester anytime. Mine was at 7 weeks. They thought I was 8 weeks at that time until we did the ultrasound, and that's when we got to hear baby Gaines' heartbeat. My baby looked like a little peanut. It didn't really look like a baby. I guess they say around 8 weeks. That's how they determined that I wasn't 8 weeks, because at 8 weeks, your baby starts to grow arms and legs. And at the time, my baby didn't have any arms or legs. I had like a little tadpole looking little thing. But now my baby's at the point where my baby has arms and legs, and the ears are developing, and the eyes are developing. So now I have more of a baby-like baby inside of me. And I won't get another ultrasound until I'm 20 weeks. So I have about a month left until I get to see baby Gaines again. I'm just glad BJ was able to experience the very first ultrasound with me, because during this COVID-19 situation, they are only allowing patients inside the doctor's office. So I found out that my next ultrasound, I will be in there by myself. But I pray that when this is all over, or by the time that I am able to deliver baby Gaines, that BJ is in there with me, him and at least my mom. You know, I need somebody up in there with me. You know, this is my first time pushing out something, you know, up out of there, and I don't think I'm ready for that all alone. I just wanted to share my experiences for the first trimester, some of the things that stood out to me. I wanted to get real or whatever. So if y'all have any questions, anything that y'all want to ask me, whether if you guys want it to be in more detail about my pregnancy, feel free to ask me. I am enjoying the process while I can. I am home during this quarantine, so the blessing that I got for the last few weeks of my first trimester was being home. So I definitely am not taking that moment for granted, although I am the type of person that likes to get up and go and move around. I miss going to the gym, and I'm actually going to get back into doing yoga, so I'm going to look into some pregnancy yoga videos, things like that. So speaking of announcements, since y'all watched all of this good tea that I gave you, I got some more, so raise your glasses. I am now officially removing A+ Vibes from YouTube. A+ Vibes is still in progress, but this time it will be on a podcast, so stay tuned for listening to A+ Vibes on a podcast. I wanted to be able to just share Motivational Mondays on a more intimate level with A+ Vibes, where I can, you know, speak to you guys while you're like driving or while you're at the gym or just out and about and you just want some words of inspiration. I'll be right there talking to you, you know, sharing good vibes to you guys just through podcast form. So it'll be just like what it would be like here on YouTube, but more elaborate, more detailed on a podcast. So just be on the lookout for that information. It will be coming out very soon. I'm excited to record my first episode with A+ Vibes on a podcast, so just stay tuned. And I thank you guys for hanging with me, and I got more videos and more content coming up. Y'all just bear with me. It's a lot of life changes that I'm dealing with right now, and they're all good. And I just want you guys to continue to stay positive and motivated, and just be on the lookout for the podcast. And I will see you guys in my next video.